Just kidding.
And welcome everybody to the 12 o'clock show with Mayor Joe. A lot of things going on. It's going to be a busy couple of weeks here in a little bit. I think are we sideways?
We are.
We are sideways. That's all good. We're working on it.
That's all right.
Let's.
So we're going to go ahead and keep moving with the flow, and you guys can just get vertigo while you watch. It's all good. So joining us today are our Community Resources Officer. So go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us what's it like to do what your specific job is.
Yeah, so I'm Officer Jessica Ignat. I'm one of the Community Resource Officers at Reynoldsburg Police.
Hello, I'm Officer Todd. I'm also one of the Community Resource Officers here at the PD.
Are we right side up now?
Yep.
All right. So what's it like doing this kind of? I mean, because obviously we think we know what most police officers do, but you guys have some specific things that you do. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so most of the calls, being on patrol and things like that could be, someone in need or someone in crisis. Doing this job as a Community Resource Officer kind of flip-flops that, right? You're out there to educate, to be a part of the community. We're usually planning a lot of fun events. We're attending events with the city. We're the face that's out there and you see us and we're handing out our cards and stickers and stuff like that. So we're always planning, we're always trying to, create new events for the city and for the youth to come and visit us.
Yeah, there's always something cool going on. And you mentioned events, and we have probably, I would say, the biggest event for the police department, I would assume, as far as like what you guys do with this particular thing coming up next week with National Night Out.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about it. Everybody's going to be here next week on Tuesday night. So tell us what can they expect?
Yeah, so National Night Out is a national community event where the police and the community to get together. It's going to be next Tuesday from 5 to 8 p.m. here at JFK Park. So we're going to have food, vendors, bouncy houses. We're going to have a DJ, music. We have other events that we're not going to talk about. It's going to be a surprise. We're going to have some raffles, which I'm going to let my partner, Officer Ignat, talk about. Maybe she'll tell you guys what they are, maybe not. But
yeah, so the cool thing about National Night Out, right, is that it's free. It's free for the community to come check out everything that you're, checking out. Every vendor, we have over 30 vendors coming. All the stuff that's passed out is for free, food, everything. So that's a cool thing about it. We just want you to come down and learn a little bit about the police department, hop in a cruiser if you want. But the raffles, Officer Chubb and I just picked up some stuff today. Thanks to some pretty generous donations, we were able to get some pretty cool stuff, maybe a grill, maybe some bikes, maybe some TVs, but that's just going to be raffled off for free. So if you come down, you might be able to win a bike or a TV or even a grill. So we're excited.
That sounds like a lot of fun. It's always an interesting thing, and I like it because it allows community members to come in and talk with police officers at a time where they want to talk to police officers, as of usually what the case is when they're getting pulled over, and that's, you're not going to have the same kind of conversations at that. So
No.
it's always a lot of fun. Now, I know there's other things that go on. So what other activities can residents kind of participate with, whether it be with you, or what does RPD offer in general? Are there any kind of programs out there that people should take advantage of?
yeah, good question. So some of the things that we do, and myself and Officer Ignat, we manage and run. So we have Citizen Police Academy. That usually happens during either January, February, or so we have one coming up next year. So we'll have it on our Facebook. If you're interested, you can just go on our Facebook and you'll see the flyer for you can sign up. Also, we do Junior Police Academy. If you're between 13 and 17, go to school here in Reynoldsburg. So that's how it was before, but now we open it to everybody. So as long as you are not 2 hours away, you can come in for the class. It's 6 days. We do it from Sunday to Friday. Everything is provided to you. Food, uniform, and everything like that. And we teach them about what it's like to be a police officer, everything that we do. We have a lot of classes, a lot of hands-on activities, and pretty much we put them through a small Police Academy. We've done 3 so far since we started last year, and every year we do it, it gets more popular and more successful. So we're hoping next year we have more kids sign up for it. Also, we do, so myself and Officer Ignat, we also do a couple of other things like related to businesses. We do business assessments, we do active shooter trainings, we do, lost my chain of thought.
We do what's called RAD, it's a women's self-defense class. We host that. It's kind of random, but every so often, that's a 4-day class, once a week. And it's a great class. We usually have a pretty big turnout for that to learn different self-defense, and that's for women. We also can host a basic self-defense class too. But one of the cool things about the Junior Police Academy and the Citizen Police Academy is after the fact, right? So what we teach and what they learn, responsibility, leadership, working as a team together, to see them as a community resource officer after the fact, maybe a few weeks later and at an event, and they run up to you and they say, "Hey, Officer Ignat, hey, Officer Chaub," and then to learn that they've either got a job because they've attended the Junior Police Academy, or that they've done something good in their community. That's probably the best part about what we do as community resource officers, just getting to hear that from our youth.
Do you ever tell them to do 10 push-ups just randomly?
Oh, they've
after the
done
fact?
push-ups.
Yeah.
Well,
I know during it, but I was thinking after the fact, hey, how are you? It's like, be quiet, give me 10 push-ups.
Yeah, we usually do a survey at the end, and the PT and the push-ups are usually the thing that they don't like the least.
Yeah. I figured as much.
Yeah.
Any questions from any audience members' mothers by any chance? No?
Nope, not
No?
yet.
You lucked out.
Thanks,
All
Miles.
right. Well, so that's next week, JFK Park, and it's gonna start right at 5 o'clock, right?
Yep.
All right, so 5 till 7, is it? 8. So
Yep.
5 to 8, and there's gonna be all sorts of things there. So come on out, parking, you can park at JFK. There's gonna be plenty of room. They'll direct you into and everything. But it's gonna be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. And thank you so much for taking some time
Yes.
to be here.
Thanks for
So
having
we'll
us.
see you.
Of course.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, not only do we have fun things to talk about with our community resource officers, we also have 2 very special guests. Former honored royalty, so Craig and Leslie Saylor are going to be joining us to talk about all the things that they do. And in this case, a lot of running is involved. All right, so Reynoldsburg is always trying to make sure that we engage our seniors, but we so far fall behind what these 2 individuals do in the community in general. So why don't you tell us a little bit specifically about what you did this weekend and how it all turned out? Because I know one of you did exceptionally well, and the other one said that that they lived. And so I think those are always 2 good things when it comes to any kind of races. So go ahead and tell us a little bit.
Okay, it's called the National Senior Games. It's under the IOC umbrella, so you have the same rules and regulations as any other Olympic sport. It's for people over the age of 50. You compete in an age category, starting at 50 to 54, 55 to 59,
And on and on.
and on and on, so that it's a little more fair. There are probably 30 to 40 different events that you can do.
And you chose running?
And I chose running.
Okay.
But I do it because it burns the crazy off.
Okay.
But a lot of these people that do this are exceptional athletes. It's not a bunch of geezers that just show up and are playing at sports. In the 1 mile, which was the first year this was done, the overall winner, who was in the 50 to 54 group, did it in 5 minutes and 1 second. And it was a 4% incline because Iowa is not flat, I found out.
I could probably do that in a gator. I think we could do that. Okay. It's impressive. And so you participated in your race. Was your race, how long was your race?
Okay, I did a 5K
Okay.
that I finished 10th in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 1 mile, I finished 4th, but got edged out by a woman from Trinidad and Tobago in the chute.
Mm.
Doesn't matter if it's 2 seconds or 2 minutes, I got 4th.
Okay. Hey.
Yep.
And now you never lose, you win or you learn.
Yeah.
And I have learned I need to work on my kick now, because that's what she had. that
Kicking
I-
opponents or just kicking in general?
Anybody in the way,
Okay,
just
just make
me.
sure. Okay,
just kick it in and
just
go
want to
for it.
clarify to make sure that we're all.
No. You see the finish line and you're supposed to speed up, and I did, but not like this
Not like
woman
this-
did, because she came out of nowhere. But I salute her. A lot of the people that are competing in these running events are marathon runners. So
So-
I really got smoked 2 years ago, because
I remember you mentioning that.
it's every
yeah.
2 years. You qualify on an even year. You compete on an odd year.
Okay.
So we went to Evansville, Indiana, because Ohio does not have a 5K qualifying.
Interesting.
So you don't take an Indiana spot,
Mhm.
but you can. I got the gold
All right.
in Indiana, represent. So I learned when I got to the competition that I'm up against marathoners. So this year I trained for a half a marathon, and I could see the results. So I could say I just need to
Just kick
keep
it up.
it. The beauty about the 1 mile race,
Is it's over in 1 mile?
yeah, well, yeah,
It's quick.
it was a lap around their state house. Downtown parking in Iowa is free.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
I know,
yeah.
right? I would have hung out at downtown Iowa if I figured that. But this was the first year that it was an event.
Okay.
So in the history books, when they have, because the top 8 in each age group
Wow.
gets something. Okay, Reynoldsburg, Ohio is now in the history books of the Senior Olympics.
Senior Olympics.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's pretty cool. And you participated as well, and you
I
lived.
did,
and
I'm
that
the
is-
one.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah. As I said, I finished and I'm breathing.
There you go.
I had a fun time. It is an experience to really go through this. Like you say, you have an opening ceremony, the parade of states, just like the regular Olympics. And you have all the different activities, and you have the badge that gets you into different facilities. We watched a lot of volleyball. It was
Okay.
very interesting. The older people can really play some volleyball. It's very fun to watch. It's just mind-boggling. I would encourage anyone out there 50 and above, please look this site up. Please get into this. It's really a great fun thing to do. We were fortunate enough to be in a hotel with a lot of the people who are involved with the organization. And one evening, the first evening, we were on the elevator with this lady, and she said, "Are you participating?" We said, "Yeah, we're doing the 5K tomorrow." And I said, "How about you?" And she said, "Well, I just work for the organization." Well, come to find out, when we got our brochure, she not only worked for the organization, she was the president and CEO. And we just became very good friends, and she is having a conference here in Columbus in October, and we are going to meet with her and have dinner. And I would love to see if there's something that we may be able to do to bring something here into
Yeah.
the central Ohio area, especially Reynoldsburg.
With the resources in the central Ohio area,
Yeah.
I can't imagine, it surprises me that Ohio doesn't have like a 5K course. I would figure with all the 5Ks are there, and obviously I have lots of experience running 5Ks. My first one, I ran it. It was actually in support of the wrestling team for Reynoldsburg.
Okay.
And I finished last, and they gave me a gift card to BW3s because I think they thought that would be a better use of my time.
Yep.
So that was good.
Yep.
So,
Well, there's nothing wrong with coming in last. I do that a lot, so.
you know, I was very much like you at that point. Like I did it, and here I'm still here. So, well, yes, please.
That's
Yeah.
called the turtle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually, you can volunteer at events to be the turtle. You get to do the event. You don't have to really sweat, because your goal is to be the last one to cross the finish
I can
line.
do that.
And you still get the medal and the t-shirt. It's a win-win.
There we go.
We do have 2 5Ks coming up here locally.
Okay.
Of course, we have the Heroes to Heroes coming up, and also the Practicing 5K. And I would like to see you maybe try to run one of those, Mayor Joe.
That would be, thank you for sharing that with me. That's a great suggestion. I'm going to remember that. I will see if Michelle can spare my volunteer efforts at the Heroes to Heroes, because I've been doing that for a long time. And I don't know if the police can find their way without me in the front of the gator on the other one. So
Well, maybe
we'll have
they
to figure
could.
that out. All right,
Maybe
well,
they
we'll
could.
figure it
Turtle
out.
spots open.
Turtle spots open on that one. No, that's a good idea. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I haven't hit that 50 mark yet. I still have a little bit of time to go. Not too much, but a little bit.
We do have something here that we did bring back for you. We know that you are not hitting the 50 mark yet, but we're going to make you an honorary senior citizen.
There's so many jokes right now.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
An honorary senior citizen, National Senior
Sorry,
Games.
yeah.
There we go.
That's okay.
Yeah. So you are an honorary senior citizen. Welcome to the Geezer Club.
I appreciate it. Just a week before my birthday. This is actually this will be the last time these two are on the show. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yes. And actually, you talked about 2 races.
Yeah.
But Councilman Pickerel has
Yes.
the SEWA that's coming up
Yep.
August the 10th.
Okay.
That supports our Nepali and Bhutanese brothers and sisters.
Right.
They just made a huge contribution to help the people in Texas, the
Yes.
flooding.
The flooding.
Right.
And then, of course, after the Diwali festival, they do a 5K.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard about the next day.
It was
yeah.
great fun, and what I really liked about it is all the components of their culture.
Mhm.
So you have the healthy food at the start, you have the race, and then afterwards, before the awards ceremony, you pick up trash.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's the
Yeah.
community service
Yep.
piece of it,
Yep.
and it was just, everybody was so warm and welcoming.
Yeah.
It's gonna be at Huber Park this year,
Yep.
so it'll be I take it the path and
Yeah, we're
probably,
gonna change the path around a little bit, yeah.
but that's a great run that path is.
No, that'll be good. I appreciate it, and you've dropped the gauntlet, so now I'm gonna have to figure out which one of these things I'm gonna do.
We look forward to you.
All right.
We can run together. We're coming. Maybe I won't be last.
Let's go run, let's use the term run lightly, but definitely.
Well, here's
Mine's
the
a slow talk.
Here's the definition according to the IOC between running and walking, because there is race walking that you can do. So as long as you have 1 foot on the ground at all times, you are walking.
Okay,
Okay, if you have both feet off the ground for a split second, no matter what speed you are going, that's running. So you are in essence flying. And this phenomenon takes place 2/3 of the length of your race. So in a 5K, you're not running 3 miles, you're flying for
through
2.
mine. Okay, all right. So I know, now I'll just have to see if I can get a team together here from City Hall to do it.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
You can walk and skip and hop.
Absolutely.
As long as you're moving. We did one in Indiana, the man danced the whole 5K.
That sounds like a Neil Whitman thing, right?
Yeah.
If there's
Yeah.
anybody
Yeah,
that would
it does.
dance it,
He
it would
had,
be
he
Neil
had
Whitman
his
jumps right up
boombox
there.
and was
Yep.
just jamming the whole way.
That's the way you do it. Well, you guys are more than welcome to stay for the rest of the show.
Okay. We
If you
really-
have other things to do, I completely understand that.
We really appreciate you having us on, and again, if we can get any other seniors to get involved in doing different things, we would love it,
No,
so.
absolutely. You're great ambassadors for
Yeah.
the city for everything
Yeah.
that you do. I
Thank
do
you.
appreciate putting Reynoldsburg in the history books.
Well,
Yes,
We
we're
appreciate
there.
you guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great,
Thank
We'll
you
see
so
you soon.
much.
okay.
All right, so immediately after today's show, I'll be starting my training regimen for a 5K. So that'll be an interesting thing. So a lot of other things going on. Sorry to say it, folks, 21 days until the first day of school. If you have not checked to see when your start times and school assignments are, please go ahead and do that as well. And I do want to say late breaking news, they are going to have a focus group meeting for the potential new treasurer for the city of Reynoldsburg schools. Go ahead and take a look at their website. I believe it's going to be Thursday night, right around 5-ish or something like that, but I did not get to see it too close. But if you're looking for some Friday night entertainment, I really recommend coming out to the band preview night. The Raider Marching Pride is going to have their preview night Friday, August 1st at 7:30 at the Livingston campus. The theme this year is going to be Motown, so there's going to be a lot of opportunities to kind of sing along with it, so go ahead and check that out. Again, Friday, August 1st, 7:30. I don't think I've missed one of these in a long time. Plan on being there this Friday night. Should be a good time. Next board meeting is the day before school starts on August 19th at 6:30, so go ahead and check that out. I do want to give a special shout out today to Joan Madison. This is Joan Madison, a Reynoldsburg resident who owns Joan's Bridal Couture on Main Street. It's just a couple of spots down from Prost and Slab and things like that. She was invited, and you may have seen this in the news, she was invited and participated in season 21 of Project Runway. So one of our very own residents, one of our own boutique shops right here in Reynoldsburg is on Project Runway. So go ahead and check that out. I think the premiere episode is going to be Thursday night. So go ahead and check that out, and let's be rooting on Joan for as long as we can on that particular show. She promised that she wouldn't tell me anything, and so far I still have no idea how long it goes. But fingers crossed for her, but what a huge accomplishment to even be on that particular show. Other fun things going on, road updates. I do recommend, if you want to voluntarily drive down Wagner Road from Main Street. And if you do, you're actually going to see what the road's going to start to look like. You're starting to see where the curb line's going to be, and you'll actually see the kind of the flat area on the left-hand side that is going to be the multi-purpose path. So that gives you a really good idea of what this whole thing is going to look like. So the next step that you're going to see as they get closer to Priestley to finish up that entire area, you're going to see the curbs start to get put in, and then they'll put asphalt, and then they'll switch. So pretty soon things are going to kind of wrap up again between here and October, November. It's going to happen quick. Believe it or not, it's already, it's basically August at this point. So we've got Fridays, the 1st of August, and then Tomato Festival next week, and then it's going to be Christmas, because that's just how fast everything seems to be moving. So check that out as well. Taylor Road is moving along. We should be getting the asphalt on the closed portion of Taylor Road as soon as our number comes up in the rotation for everything. So hopefully you can take a look at that. They're hoping to have it done by the second week of August. So I'm going to say probably after the Tomato Festival, unless we get lucky. Any questions or comments about anything so far?
Nope.
All right. Other updates. You probably, if you're driving on Rotobaugh, by Rotobaugh Park, you're going to see where we've got the crosswalk installation going in. And if you can drive out by Herbert Mills, we're also doing some crosswalk work there to kind of improve that intersection by the school district as we get ready for school to start. And we're also looking at Rose Hill and Redden on a couple of options there, because apparently there are still plenty of people that don't understand that a stop sign actually means stop. It is shocking, I know, it's news to me as well, but yeah, you're actually supposed to stop there. The rest of our road projects are actually going to start this week. Some of them have already gone through, so you're looking at a couple of weeks for them to go through for some alleyway work. And there are some courts in one road out on the Licking County side of things that we're getting the engineering in, and we're working as fast as we can to try and get all of those done before the end of the year. Next year will be a much bigger road program because as of earlier today, we kind of finalized our finance plans for Wagner Road Phase 2. And so we've got that all figured out, and we're good to go there, so we're going to move forward with the rest of everything. Some other cool events before we get to the big Tomato Festival, which I'll talk about in a little bit, is the first Friday Food, Flicks, and Fun. That's this Friday at Huber Park. The movie is going to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and the Dusk Day Drinking Band is going to be there because even the parents probably need a little beverage. There's not going to be any there, but they probably will have a little beverage to enjoy the evening with the kids. We also are getting ready for spooky season with the nighttime Livingston tours are coming back. The Livingston House tours will be on August 29th and September 26th, and there's some other dates, but I'll get you those as we get closer. It's going to be open from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. There's going to be a park ranger on site, but it's not like a guided tour. It basically, you can kind of move around the building and see if you can find some of our wonderful spirits out there at the Livingston House. We also have a cool thing that Parks and Rec is doing. They did this the first time last year. They're bringing it back this year. It is the second adult prom at Eastside Brewery on Friday, October 10th from 6 to 9 p.m. There's going to be a king and queen crowned at this one as well, but it's always a fun event. You can dress up or dress casual, as you will, for the king and queen for everybody else that doesn't actually get a chance to go to prom. Bryce Park work is still being done on there. They did clip a wire on something, so once they get that fixed, and then they'll go back and finish everything else up, so that's being worked on. I'm betting we're going to do some sort of a grand opening just after, hopefully before Labor Day, but definitely after the Tomato Festival. Cool thing that I want to kind of update you on development. We know Einstein's Bagels is going to be here. We know Slab has opened up. We know there's a new smash burger place opening up where Slab used to be over at Eastside Brewery. There's all sorts of things going on. And this weekend, a new old piece of information came out on NBC about some housing development that's actually out on our east side. This was stuff that was actually done a long time ago. NBC just found out about it, got some information about it. But the process is relatively long and simple in this regard. So this process probably started about a year ago. And so we start talking about conversations, and that's part of the reason why we have that sewer project up there, because the sewer line that's being extended actually goes into that area that allows that housing to be built. And it also opens up the land south of the elementary school for development, as well as opening up for any potential future building on the school campus if they decide to put a building there, a middle school building. So it's actually a multifaceted thing, but those things go on. And keep in mind, that's not a decision that we made. We did apply for the grant because we wanted to get the sewer extended. It just kind of worked out that these are the things that kind of put in play for some of the building and processes of that. But it's not a question of whether or not we want something built there or don't. If it's privately owned land, this is kind of what happens. So if you've got questions about that, check it out. I'm probably going to have another town hall sometime in September. I'll let you know, maybe late August, early September. We had one earlier this year, which was really beneficial, talked about the budget process. So if you're interested in attending a town hall, maybe a little bit more development process focused, we can do that as well. Any questions come up?
We have one. When will Wagner Road Phase 2 residents be notified of what changes to expect and the timeline?
You should be getting a letter probably today or tomorrow. They just went out. They just went out today, so that's going to be August 20th. Is that, yeah, so August 20th is going to be our town hall. We're going to put some message boards out as well, so for those of you that live not on Wagner, but let's say you live off Amelia or you live in the new MI development, we'll put a couple of things out there for people to be aware of. It'll be a very general town hall talking about what to expect. And then for those residents that actually live on Wagner, we'll start setting up individual meetings with you to talk about what may happen with your particular property. But that's a really good question. And it's funny that you ask, because literally we just sent the letters out today for that. So good question. All right, Market Off Main is the last Market Off Main coming up this Thursday. And the food truck is going to be the Pressed Olive. So we got a Mediterranean flair. And musical act is going to be Mike Poyer. And there was a lot of social media chatter about the Market Off Main and its location and things of that nature. And we do hear you. One of the things that we looked at over the last couple of years is trying to find a perfect balance. Vendors want a lot of visibility. And then residents, a lot of times, especially for our seniors or those on limited mobility, they want to have some parking options. And so we have to figure out the best balance for those two particular things. We understand some people don't want to cross Main Street either from the Trivium side where Brewster's is or across the street where the Moyer parking lot is, and we understand that. So once the Tomato Festival is over, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the future of the Market Off Main, because a lot of the things that we hear from residents and from some of our vendors are kind of a chicken or the egg thing. So residents would love to have more options at the Market Off Main. And vendors would rather have a lot more people buy stuff at the Market Off Main. And so if people aren't buying, then they don't show up. And if they don't show up, the people are upset. So it's kind of a cyclical thing. So we're going to talk about what options there are. I know some people would like to see it move back to Huber Park, but there's a lack of visibility there. Believe it or not, we've had pretty good attendance numbers at this location because it's right out there on Main Street. We talked about bringing it back to JFK, things of that nature. Somebody did suggest moving it to the old Kroger site. Unfortunately, the property owner was not interested in that option. So there aren't a lot of options on Main Street that give the visibility and have the parking. But the reality is, outside of a couple locations in Central Ohio, most farmers markets don't have that immediate on-site parking. So we're going to try and figure out something for next season. But if you got any questions or thoughts on that one, please let us know. This Saturday, we have the Helping Hands food drive for non-perishable items. I think it starts at about 10 o'clock, and this is for Helping Hands. So just come on into the parking lot here at City Hall. There'll be some people in an organization to kind of show some support for some different political moves, and they're doing a thing to actually collect some donations for the food pantry as well. Any questions before I get to Tomato Festival?
Nope.
All right, so there's this Tomato Festival thing coming along. So if you haven't already submitted and you're somebody who's growing tomatoes, we're talking about the heaviest tomato, the most oddly shaped, most unique color, the longest vine. All of those things will be there. They could be any type of tomato. It could be beefsteak. It could be the moneymaker tomato. It could be heirloom, cherry, all sorts of different things. that are coming out there. So if you're interested in any of those, make sure you go ahead and do that because we're going to have some designer cases, hopefully, that will be able to display those things, and we'll have that out there and announce those on the main stage. On Thursday, the highlights are obviously the opening ceremonies. The Reynoldsburg Raider Marching Pride is going to perform from 5 to 5:30. We're going to start our ceremony at 5:30 and kind of wrap that up around 6 o'clock. Where then we're going to immediately shift into announcing who the Reynoldsburg Tomato Festival King and Queen and Senior King and Queen are, as well as talking about all the littles that got their awards this weekend. So we've got that going on. Then we'll move into the best part of arena rock, which is that 1980s kind of hair band, living on a dream, living on a prayer type of thing. So go ahead and check that out. There's still tables available for reserved seating in that. The only benefit to reserved seating is you've got some food, you've got some beverages, and you don't have to bring your chairs, and you have a place that you can sit. Friday, we kick it up a notch even from there. We have the Tomato Wars. We are still looking for teams. So if you haven't seen the wonderful video of me with the incredible aim of all of the staff here at City Hall with the tomatoes being thrown at me, go ahead and check that out. We also have Sensory Time from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. sponsored by Nationwide Children's Hospital. So they will be here for that. So rides are going to be available, but the sounds are going to be turned off, and we'll do some other activities as well. And then the thing that I always look forward to, but wonder why not everybody participates as much, is the Dunk Tank. This year, the Dunk Tank is sponsored by the Columbus Bowling Palace. And again, as I mentioned earlier, who wouldn't want to dunk me in a tank of water? You're upset about Wagner Road, all these other different things, and you're like, hey, government, and then you can throw something and dunk me in water. Go ahead and check it out. It's going to be for charity, so all proceeds will go to the Reynoldsburg Athletic Foundations. This will help offset some of the pay-to-play fees that our students have. So I will be there. Chief Baker from the Police Department, City Attorney Chris Shook, Councilman Stacy Baker, City Auditor Stephen Sisak, Reynoldsburg Athletic Director Andy Moore will be there, and again, all those funds will be donated there. Once that's done and everybody kind of gets cleaned up, there's some other cool things going on with the Tomato Wars. Then we'll go ahead and kick off our big musical performance that night, Stokely. Unfortunately, all the reserved seating for that has sold out, so that is good. And to the best of my knowledge, even though there is a wait list, I don't think the wait list is really I don't think that's gonna happen. I think if you didn't get a table at this point, that's pretty much locked in. And Saturday, everything comes out. We've got the car show, we've got line dancing, we've got my favorite, the pizza challenge. Now, as of right now, this is what we have for the pizza challenge. It's gonna start at 2 o'clock, and we got 2:30. It's gonna start at 2:30, and it's gonna be done probably, about 2:45? Yeah, so it's not gonna last long. Basically, you go in and you have a choice to pick either the pepperoni side or you get to pick the specialty side. So you pick one of those, $5, you get 5 slices of pizza from one or the other, and then at the end you get to decide what pizza place is the best pizza, the best pepperoni or the best specialty pizza. You also get a drink in that as well. So Jets, Marco's, Pizzaronis, Crinos, and Romeo's have all confirmed. We're still working to see if we can get anybody else in there, but right now that's what we've got. We've asked everybody. We've gone all the way around and we've asked everybody. So in the chat, if you're going to say, hey, throw out Tyler's, what about Vic's, all of that, we have asked them and either they have declined or they haven't gotten back to us yet. So that's kind of where that's at. So figure out from there. We also have the tomato smash, which is always fun for the young kids. They get to get in a big pot of tomatoes and smash them to get all the juice into a cup. Then we also have the spaghetti eating contest. So we have kind of I don't want to call it like a celebrity, but kind of like an initial, we got council members and we got a couple other people up for the first go around, and then we open it up to community members to do it. A couple years ago, the first year we did it, there were about 4 or 5 guys from a fraternity that just happened to be there, and they joined it, and wow, that was interesting. So you never know what's going to be there for that. All the while, Saturday and Sunday, you've got pickleball being played as well here at JFK. And then the big show for the night is going to be the country night. That's where Dylan Carmichael and Eddie Montgomery will be performing. And I have breaking news. It's going to be awesome. For the first time ever, the city of Reynoldsburg is going to be doing a drone show to finalize everything here for the Tomato Festival. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So that'll occur towards the end of the Eddie Montgomery concert. So if you're sitting there watching the concert, obviously you're going to see what the drones do and all of that, but we're really looking forward to it. I hope you can come out. Pretty cool that we're going to get a drone show and all of that in there, so please come on out there. And again, I think there are 5 tables left, the last I saw for the country night, so if you want to have some reserved seating in there, there are 5 tables left, so not a lot there. Otherwise, that's all we got. Any questions, comments, anything like that?
There is one, and it says, "Is the entry for the car show still open?" And the answer is yes. If you go on the Reynoldsburg Tomato Festival website, you will find all the information there on how to go about that process.
The older and cooler cars, the better. That's one of the nice things. This is actually, because the Tomato Festival pageant's been moved around a little bit, I'll actually get to participate and take a look at the car show a little bit more. I'm looking forward to that because usually I only get to see like the first 5 cars and then at the end of the day when everybody's driving away. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing some of those. Next week, it's going to be a big show because we're going to be at the Tomato Festival itself. So I'm going to show you a couple of things. One, here is our ginormous map. This is actually why we have the monitor like this, so that way it's a little bit more portrait on there. But we're going to have this map out there that's going to show you where everything is, and it will be updated. So there'll be a QR code that you can scan it and figure out where your vendors are. So when you go to the beefsteak tomato area for the vendor pod, you can figure that one out. So that'll be there, and all the other fun times and events for the day. So go ahead and check that out. And obviously, we're still looking for volunteers. So if you want to volunteer, the Saylors who were here earlier, they're going to be there. They've got that first shift on Thursday night. They're going to pick up a little bit of trash from everything. But they get this cool t-shirt, so maybe that'll be the t-shirt that I wear when I am forced to run in a 5K. So that'll be pretty awesome with that. But don't worry, some staff will join me because of other duties as assigned. Next week is going to be, we're all tomato all the time from here on out. We will be on site next Wednesday on the grounds, and we will be talking about everything that's going on, probably doing a little bit of highlight of everything we just talked about, but it's going to be huge. We'll show you where the rides are going to be, all that stuff. Other things that kind of come up with the Tomato Festival, you can bring your water bottles in. What else have we got? No pets unless it's a service animal. Things of that sort. No coolers.
No drones, no fireworks.
No fireworks, all that stuff.
If you're under 18, an adult.
We still have the wristband policy instituted this year. It was very successful last year. We do appreciate everybody's patience with it, so we think we got that even handled a little bit better this time. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I invite everybody to come out and get ready for next week's Tomato Festival. If there are no other questions, everybody stay safe, stay respectful. As always, put your shopping carts away, even if they have chickens in them, and make sure you come out to the farmer's market, the last one this Thursday night, and who knows what you can pick up all the way around. So thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Maybe.